Well, hello there, darlings. It's Miss Tia. Now, I don't know how many of you been on the streets today, but apparently Tiffany Marie, well, she's back to her usual bitch of a self. And yesterday she made a live, and I wasn't going to say nothing about that live because she was talking about AB and she was talking about how he sexually harassed her, and she was making all these allegations about him. And I thought, Miss T, I'm not even going to talk about that because, that's between them, and that's, I'm not going to tell a woman if that she was or wasn't. That's their business. But she did make some allegations towards AB that he was a child abuser. And she stated all these things about his daughter and that she was so worried about his daughter and somebody needed to check on his daughter and, kind of almost like a dog whistle out there to get somebody that might be in Canada to call and report him. But, that was yesterday. But now today, she has decided that she's going to go after Brandi Neal, the mother of Michael Vaughn, Monkey, who is missing. Now, first of all, Tiffany don't know very much about this case at all because she first of all, she was calling him Mikey. Second of all, she didn't even know Brandi had other children besides Aria, the little 2-year-old. I mean, there's so much she don't know about this case, but yet, she thinks she's the expert because she's the expert in everything, right? So she goes up on Purple Phoenix's panel, to start talking about Brandi and Brandi's parenting because apparently she just now got a hold of these recordings, back when Michael, not long after Michael went missing and Brandi was talking to these friends and the friends ended up recording her and she had said some curse words to her little girl who was, getting on her last nerve. It was apparent that, the little girl wasn't listening to her. And was it appropriate? No, she shouldn't have said that. But, then she make a joke to her friends about that she was going to put her in a cage and send her to them. Well, I think a lot of parents sometimes get a little frustrated and make some kind of jokes that they're going to send them to somebody or they're going to do something. But, Tiffany, no, she's the perfect parent, she say. Well, what Tiffany seemed to forget is, she's been on these streets for a while and she's been in other communities. And I told y'all before, Miss Tia been around for a long time. All right? Well, see, Tiffany confides in a lot of people that she might not remember. Or maybe she didn't confide in a lot of people, but what she did confide got around to a lot of people. And it is known that, Tiffany, when her child was small, she was with a man who was allegedly a drug user and allegedly abusive, and I'm not going to say if she say she was abused and, I'm not going to say she wasn't. But my question is, Tiffany, was your child around that? I mean, you want to judge the parenting of all these people. And you're so perfect. You listing all the things that you did so perfectly. And so I'm just curious, was your child exposed to the abuse and the drug use? And see, it wasn't too long ago that Benny Keys, before they was together, then they had a little breakup and now they're back together. Well, wasn't too long ago that Benny was talking about her son and said he was a minor, but, up in his upper teens. And he said that Tiffany was allowing her son to vape. She gave him permission to vape. But she was worried about him being involved in drugs. And so she asked Benny, the moral authority, Benny, the criminal with the ankle monitor that keeps having hearing after hearing for being a stalker and harassment. And, actually his charges listed under DV, domestic violence. But yet, and we all know his drug use history, that's no secret. And so, she asked Benny to give her son some advice because she was worried about him, maybe be using drugs or something. I mean, okay, but you the perfect parent. You got perfect judgment over there, Tiffany Marie, because Benny, he gonna be the one that's gonna be like the mentor to your child and talk to him. I mean, come on now. That ain't making a whole lot of sense. And so you sit back there like Miss Perfect, and, you speak for the children, and you saying you do all this stuff for the kids. We ain't seen one damn thing you done for a child but cause some drama in these cases. I mean, tell me one thing you have done for a child, like with receipts, because we ain't seen it. We see you're a big talker, but you don't do much action. And so, if you say you want to be there for the children, well, you be there for the children. But being there for the children does not mean judging their parents. And it seems to me like you are lacking a whole lot of experience, darling. A whole lot when it comes to parenting. You really are. If you think that you can base raising your one child to every experience that a parent has with having multiple children, or also having a child that went missing for God's sake, you don't even know how you would react, Tiffany Marie. You have no idea how you would react. And you can say you wouldn't do this or you wouldn't do that, but by God, you don't know. So, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to fare too well for you to start attacking the mother of a missing child. It's not going to go well for you, darling. You might need to find you a new topic. Because you're wrong about a whole lot of stuff. And get yourself, educated about the case. Because that recording you going on and on about saying she needed intervention, darling, that was almost 3 years ago. That was 2.5 years ago when that happened. Where were you then? You were nowhere to be found. You didn't give a damn about that. So don't come in years later and decide somebody needed intervention when you have no idea what's gone on in their life since. And her child is still missing. How dare you? You are sick. And it ain't no wonder that people say all these things about you. Because you are one sick lady. And I use the term lady very loosely. All right, darlings. I'm going to stop right now because I am so angry after hearing her acting like she acting. Talking about Brandi Neal like that. Being like this high moral authority, like she's the perfect, Miss Perfect. Straighten your crown, bitch. Because you ain't that perfect. All right, darlings. Miss Tia really mad right now. I'm really mad. So I'm going to get on off of here. But I'm going to tell you what. Tiffany Marie, she don't have no business speaking about children or child abuse. None whatsoever. Because she don't have a clue. All right, y'all. Miss Tia, I'll be seeing you soon.